We're talking about red flags in a relationship. Red flags in a relationship. That's what we're talking about. Red flags in a relationship. 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 Five red flags. Five red flags in a relationship. Five red flags. Five red flags in a relationship. So I want you to listen. Five red flags in a relationship. Five red flags in a relationship. And these five red flags, what are they? What are these five red flags in a relationship? You know, sometimes these red flags are there, but you don't see them because your eyes are blinded by love. So you don't see these red flags because your eyes have been blinded by love. So you don't see them. You don't see the red flags. But the red flags are just there. Just the red flags are there, but you don't see them. And it is sad because you know some of you just suffer for nothing. Nothing. You suffer for nothing. Red flags. Red flags. They are red flags, but so there are red flags in a relationship. There are several red flags, but I just want to talk about five. Just five red flags today. Um, Five red flags in a relationship. And I think I'll be talking to men, and if if possible, I will mention women, but I want to talk to men. Five red flags in a relationship. First red flag, an angry and bitter person. An angry and bitter person. This is for both men and women. An angry and bitter person. That is a red flag. An angry person, a bitter person. It's a red flag, and you have to know that this is a red flag. Many years ago, I wanted to have a relationship with someone, and I I was interested in this woman, and I went to her house, on a visit to have lunch. So I was there, and because we just say hi briefly and we go away. So I don't know her. So I was in her house, and she started talking about her ex. It was a mistake. If that woman is here watching me, it's a long time ago. I'm sure many things, many waters will have passed under the bridge now. But if she's watching me now, let me tell you what you did. So she started talking about her ex, and she was angry and bitter. She was very angry and very bitter. And she said abominable things about that guy. She said terrible things about that man, and she was angry. Of course, she has a right to be angry. It's her life. I don't know what happened. I don't know. She was saying a lot of things, and it was all anger. And that was when I knew that I couldn't be in a relationship with this person. Do you know why? Because she would take that anger from that person, from her ex, and transfer it to our relationship. The anger she was feeling for that man, she will transfer it to our relationship. That anger, that bitterness, she'll just transfer that anger to our relationship. And you will wonder that what is going on? Why is this person angry? Why is this man angry? Why is this woman angry? And you won't know why this person is angry. And because you would know, you would think that, oh, I didn't cause any, I didn't do anything wrong, you know. So you have to avoid an angry person because they will transfer and transmit that anger. That is not your problem. They will transfer it to you. Then you will start, you know, from the first day you start the relationship, you start fighting anger. And it's a waste of your time and your life. It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Don't allow it. Don't be with that kind of a person. And you know, some of you think you're being kind and you think you're being nice by having a relationship with that kind of a person. It's not niceness, it's stupidity. It's stupidity. You cannot save an angry person. You cannot save. You can't save an angry person. It is impossible for you to save an angry person, someone who is unhappy with themselves. You know, angry people, you can't. Okay, so let me talk about the next thing. Two, you can ask me your questions and I'll keep talking. You know, a broke person who is depending on you for money, male or female, it is a red flag. 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 Somebody who is depending on you for you to rescue them from poverty with your own money, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. It's a red flag. In fact, that's the most obvious red flag. You enter a relationship and you're expecting that person to rescue you from poverty with their own money. That's a red flag. That's horrible. That's horrible. And there is absolutely no excuse for that. You know, some of you, they will guilt trip you and say, oh, you want to leave somebody because they don't have money and blah, blah, blah. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. If they don't have money, they don't belong in a relationship. If that person doesn't have money, that person does not belong in a relationship. That person should go and do something else with their lives. They should do something else with their lives, you know. And this for and I'm not just talking to I'm talking to both men and women. I'm talking to both men and women. If you don't have the resources, you are not ready for a relationship. You're not ready for a relationship. You're not. If you don't have the resources, you're not ready for a relationship. So don't stress anybody's child. Don't don't stress anybody's child. Don't stress um don't stress anybody's child. If you cannot fend for yourself and meet your own needs, you're not ready for a relationship. And that's what I'm telling you. You should wait till you are capable because it takes resources, financial resources to maintain a relationship. It takes financial resources, money to maintain a relationship. And some of you are in denial. You're in denial. You say it doesn't matter. It does matter. It does matter. Having money does matter. Yeah. You're not defined by money. I know all that. Um, you're a good human being, and the money does not matter. The money does matter. The money does matter. And somebody who comes into a relationship with the intention of placing the burden, financial burden, on you. It's wrong. It's wrong. Nobody should place the financial burden of a relationship on you. Okay. Nobody should place the financial burden of a relationship on you, because it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. So we're talking about red flags, and the first one I talked about is an angry person, an angry and bitter person. That person is angry and beaten, and they got this issue from a past relationship. Number two, broke. Number three, someone who has no peace. That person has no peace, no personal peace, no inner peace. There is disorder and chaos in their minds, no peace. And let me tell you this, somebody who has no peace is going to bring disorder and chaos into your life. If they don't have peace in their own lives, they are going to bring disorder and chaos into your own life. And you don't want that kind of thing in your life. You don't want it. Somebody who is unhappy with themselves and they don't have peace in themselves, they cannot bring you peace. And I'm not, you know, when I say these things, some of you say, no, the person is unhappy. Maybe they had some trauma, some childhood trauma, some trauma. So you have to stay with them. You have to show some empathy. And it is not your duty or responsibility to help anybody through any trauma. Somebody you don't know, a stranger. How many people are you going to help through their trauma? Some of you are so stupid. Some of you're stupid. You meet a stranger, somebody you don't know, and the person, you now discover the person has trauma, and you're saying it's empathy, so you should be there to help the person through their trauma and help them heal. Absolute nonsense. Absolute rubbish. Help who heal. You have your own life to live. You have to live your own life. How many people are you going to? So if that relationship breaks up, you go and start another relationship with somebody with trauma and help that one with trauma. Then you move to another one and help that one with trauma. How many people are you going to help with trauma? Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. If you you meet someone and in the talking stage you discover that this person has issues, emotional issues. The person has no peace. People cannot give you what they don't have. So the person has no peace. And that means that person is going to bring chaos and problems into your life. Just quietly walk away. Just walk. You don't need to explain anything to anybody. So you have to explain some. Don't explain, just go. Leave that person alone. You don't owe them a rescue. You don't have to rescue anyone. And some of you will be there and say, want to rescue the person, is unfair for you to go and blah, blah. What nonsense. The truth of the matter is, some of you have to suffer. You're listening to me now and you think, oh, this man is talking nonsense. It's okay. I agree. You will suffer in an indescribable manner. You will suffer pain. And when you've suffered pain and these people have punished you, you will understand that is not your duty or responsibility to rescue anybody or to help anybody heal. It's not your duty. They are an adult. They are adults. Let them heal themselves. Who is the one that healed you? Didn't you do the work yourself? Now somebody from somewhere will come to you and come and tell you nonsense and tell you about that they have no peace. Instead of you walking away quietly, you now decide that you want to help that person heal. Don't do it. Number 4, these are red flags. Somebody who is surrounded by too many men and women. If it's a man, surrounded by too many women. If it's a woman, surrounded by too many men, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. But some of you will not listen to me. It is a red flag. Someone surrounded by too many members of the opposite sex. It is a red flag. It's a red flag. You don't need that kind of person in your life. You see, all those people, they are your replacement. All those people are your replacement. They are your replacement. Those people, they are your replacement. They are your replacement. Somebody who has too many, and that person will never be loyal to the relationship because there are too many people around. There are too many people around. There are too many people who can replace you. So the moment you enter a relationship and that person has too many people around them, if it's a woman, she has so many men, and if it's a man, he has so many women. It's a red flag. Don't bother yourself. Just walk away quietly. Just walk away quietly. Just walk away quietly. Don't let me say this before I continue. Don't try to change anybody because they will not change. So just accept them for who and what they are and see if you can manage the situation. And if you cannot manage the situation, you should walk away. If you can't accept them the way they are, you meet somebody and you look at the person and in your mind you're thinking, can I stay with this person the way the person is? Listen to me. Listen. The way that person is, not thinking about, okay, this person, I'm going to change this person, you know, no, no, no. Look at the situation, assess the situation, ask yourself, can I live with this person the way this person is? And if you cannot do it, walk away, period. As easy as that. No stress, no fights, no quarrels, none of that. None of that. And the fifth one, you know, number five, we're talking about red flags. We talked about an angry person. That's a red flag. Angry and bitter person. That's a red flag too. A broke person, somebody who, they don't have their resources. They are trying to live off you or live on you. And number three, somebody who has no peace. Number four, somebody surrounded by too many members of the opposite sex. Number five, somebody who is always arguing with you. Somebody who's always arguing with you. They are always arguing, always trying to prove a point. And one of the problems of somebody who's always arguing with you is that if they're always arguing with you, there will be no peace. There's no peace. Somebody always arguing, always arguing. They are not agreeable. They are not in harmony. Always arguing about everything. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. Somebody always arguing. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. That person will ruin your peace. I don't know why I'm laughing about this, but it's a horrible thing. Always arguing. They are contentious, always arguing. Forget that person. Forget that person. Red flag. And please let me tell you this. All of you watching me and listening to me, don't try to change anybody. Do not try to change anyone because you cannot change an adult. You cannot change an adult. Some of you are here and you're thinking in your mind that you're really smart, that you've seen one woman and you like her because she's pretty, and you're thinking, oh, this woman is pretty. Maybe if I do one or two things, I can change her. You can't. You can't change her. You can't. And him, you can't change him. So don't try to just leave if you can stay with that person the way the person is, then stay. If you can, don't think in your mind that I will take this person to church or I'll give this person books. There's not one single person that I've tried to change that has changed. No, there's not one. Because you can't change people. People have to change by themselves because they chose to change by themselves, not because of you. By themselves, they decided we're going to change, not because of you. not because of you. So that people have to change by themselves. And preferably they should change before they met you. They should have changed before they met you. It shouldn't be a burden on you and you're thinking, how am I going to change this person? It's none of your business. It's none of your business to change people. It isn't any of your business. It isn't any of your business. It isn't your business. So those are the 5 red flags that I will talk about. Those are the five red flags I want to talk about now. And I think those red flags, avoid an angry person, a broke person financially, someone who has no peace, someone surrounded by too many men or women, and someone who is always arguing in contention and always bringing up fights. Arguing in contention and bringing up fights. Forget it. Let that person go in peace. Just walk away. But some of you are so desperate. You're so desperate for a relationship. You're so desperate that you will do anything to stay with that kind of a person. You can see that this person is not. No, I don't want to. Okay, maybe you because you're desperate. You want to do anything to be with that person, and when you're desperate, people can see it. People can see that you're desperate and they would take advantage of you when you're desperate and you know that this person is not genuine, this person has issues, this person, you shouldn't have a relationship with this person, but because you're desperate, that person will take advantage of you. So I want you to go visit my website, youwillbefine.org, and get my books. If you're watching on YouTube, I want you to like, share, subscribe to me, to my channel. If you're watching me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, and if you're watching on TikTok, follow me. If you're watching on Facebook, follow me, and share this live broadcast. Share this live broadcast. Share this live broadcast. Okay, I'm going to continue on TikTok. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. I will continue on TikTok. I will continue on TikTok and Facebook.